Hey everybody, welcome back. Thought I'd do a quick build of my garden hose hanger. I had a need in my garage. Actually, I designed this last year, didn't make a video of it. This is kind of it right here out in my garden on a post with the hose hanging over it. But actually in my garage I have a long extension cord that's kind of draped around. It was on a hand roller that never quite worked because of course the hand roller would twist the cord as you rolled it, so it didn't really do what it needed to do. So I'm going to just make one of these to hold my long extension cord. The original one here was made out of PVC, but this one's going to be just made out of some 1/4-inch oak that I happen to have laying around. A couple things to make note of. This is the piece of oak I had laying around. You always want to check the size so you know how to make your cuts. Just kind of line the piece up on the slots and stuff. So you can see this one is maybe a hair bigger than a 1/4-inch. So when I cut out the holes, I need to cut out make the line go away as opposed to leave the line there. Sometimes you have to make in the line with a pencil just to adjust the sizes and kind of plan things out a little bit because every wood's a slightly different thickness. Well, I changed my mind, decided rather than use my piece of oak for this, I went and got a 1/4-inch piece of birch plywood. Of course, the birch plywood, the 1/4-inch thick, is actually more like 3/8. So I've already made a line to trim down these. I'll have to, probably could get away with just kind of cutting inside and leaving the line, but I'll use one of these then to adjust the lines on that. So I'm just gonna get her cut out here. So I'm using a precision ground tooth blade, which is very aggressive cutting. Cuts straight lines very nicely. For this softer wood, it's a little hard to pivot and not chew up half the board. And now I'm going to just kind of place this in here, draw a couple lines so I can cut out my board. So you can see the lines I've drawn in here to get it to fit the board size better. So now I'll just kind of cut that out to that size. Here's what will become the main support, and then in the middle of it, I'm going to get my lines, cutting those down. But the reality is, when you stick them through, you probably could, in such soft wood, you could make up that difference with the sander pretty quick too. But try to cut it so it won't need to. Okay, so in doing these lines, because the way things line up, I have to just take it off the top here, because the distance here is still going to butt together and be the same distance. So I'll take it off the top, and I took it off the top of these two. So I'm going to reduce the size of those holes by that much to fit this almost 3/8 board. And then these I just kind of centered again for drawing the lines on those. I just kind of centered a piece and drew lines on either side. Trim off the sides a little bit so that should come out nicely. On the saw, I got rid of my overly aggressive blade. Put just a standard number 5 on there. to take a moment. So I got both of the back and the front pieces cut out. Thought I'd take a moment to talk about how sloppy the back side of this came out. A couple things could have been done to avoid this. First, the drill holes here are kind of sloppy, splintered. All the edges around are sloppy and splintered. First, when I drilled the holes, I could have had a better support under it and had the speed a little faster, and that would have came out clean. On the outside, I was kind of rushing things. Even the number 5 blade was too aggressive. I could have went with the number 2 with reverse tooth on the bottom so that it would have cleaned up the edges as I went. Also, putting some tape over the bottom would have kept it a lot cleaner too. All right. Here's all our pieces. I'm gonna just kind of stick things together here. This will be the main support in the middle. We'll put that down. Excuse me. I'll get these in here, and then we'll try to put the front piece in like that. Alright, so that's how it's going to be. I'll kind of glue it all together here. And I will sand these off with a little wire grit sandpaper because they still stick out a little bit. I didn't cut them back quite enough. And that'll go on the wall. I'll probably make a little decoration to go on the front. Like I did with the hose reel, I made a lion's head. That's actually 3D printed and just glued on. Here I'll cut something out of wood, maybe a lightning bolt or something. This is for electricity, for extension cord. So I'll get this glued up and show you how it turns out. Well, here's the finished unit. Sturdy enough for a cord. We'll go with a full 1/4-inch piece of wood for if I was doing a hose. Just kind of sticks down there. And after I got rid of the reel, I was using a nail there that it just kept falling off of. So this works pretty good. Thanks for watching, everyone. Plans are available at jeplans.com.